Are we live? Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Fine, thank you, Tariq. Thank you for coming to Radiant.
Yes, my pleasure, my pleasure.
I'm really, really happy you're here, and I'd like to welcome you to our studio that you're going to do a workshop this Saturday.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
Um,
space.
yeah, it's that I'd like you to explain a little bit what this workshop is going to be about because I've never taken a workshop from you, Tariq. I've been reading the great things of the manifestation workshop, and I would just like to know and for you to tell our participants and clientele of Radiant Yoga Marbella what this workshop is all about. What are you going to do in this workshop? What is it? What is it to help the people?
Sure, so I guess in a nutshell, many years ago I felt like my life was kind of predetermined, set on rails. I was very much a status quo kind of life, had a very ordinary job, and I was like, there's got to be more to life than this. And I remember at the time, my mother uh, reached me on one of my breaks and said, "Hey, have you heard of The Secret?" And I was like, "No, what's that?" She was like, "Oh, check it out. It's right up your alley." I was like, "Okay, I'll check it out." So I went home and I watched the movie The Secret, and I was like, "Wow, okay, this is really exciting. We can create our reality." I felt like this revelation. Lights went on, but I didn't have a roadmap. I didn't have a recipe. I didn't have a framework, an actual schematic. Like, how do you mechanically make this stuff work? You can't just, sit and meditate in a corner and everything is going to come rushing into your life. And so I would say the 10 years after that, I went about seeking and putting together all of the knowledge of how we practically manifest our reality, which means biochemically what's happening in your body. What is the role of the heart and brain? How do your emotions factor into the equation? What is the real use of your imagination, and why is it being so misused? Everybody uses the imagination to conjure up worst case scenarios, but actually it's a powerful pre-visualization tool for what's to come. And if you use it that way, you can start to, with a startling degree of accuracy, be able to create the future that you have first envisioned. So I went about this selfishly, actually, for my own life. I was like, I don't want that, boring job. I don't want that low quality of relationships. I don't want that poor health. I don't want that limited physique. I want to be strong and vibrant and powerful and youthful and attract really beautiful relationships and wonderful working opportunities. And so I set about actually learning this stuff. So from people like Jack Canfield, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Abraham Hicks, I studied all kinds of different teachers and went to seminars and read books. And I realized that nobody was really distilling it and putting it all into a framework that you can just kind of go into in one sitting. And so that's what I feel I've created. It's a deep dive, holistic exploration of what the manifestation process is from a neurochemical level, a biochemical level, a physiological level, as well as a theoretical and more spiritual, energetic level. So it really is a melding of spirituality and science. It's walking a path that's firmly in the middle, which I believe is very human and experiential. So not too scientific, but not too, out there and woo-woo either, which I feel makes it relatable. And it's bringing what is otherwise abstract and conceptual into very practical, pragmatic, and down-to-earth terms so that anybody can apply it immediately in their lives. And I've done these workshops all around the world. At festivals such as Bali Spirit Festival, Freedom X Festival, Ancient Futures Festival, to name a few. And people have come to me after these workshops and say, "Oh my God, you wouldn't believe it. That thing that I've been wanting for like the last 3 months, it just happened." And I've had all kinds of amazing success stories. And so that fuels me to keep wanting to do this work, because it's selfish if you hold on to it yourself. And really the reason that we go through our trials and tribulations and challenges is so that we can integrate the lessons and then share them so that other people don't have to make the same mistakes, don't have to go on a 10-year exploration journey of how manifestation works. You can, get the shortcut and be able to manifest way more intentionally, much more quickly.
Sounds really interesting. Yeah, thank you. And Tariq, where are you from? I mean, what is your background? Where are you living now?
Right, so I'm originally from Jordan in the Middle East.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I have a mother who was born in India with a British mother and an Irish father, or half British, half Indian mother and an Irish father. And my father is from Jordan. His mother is Turkish, and his father was a mix of Circassian and Jordanian. So I have a really big mix of different cultures, and I feel very much like a citizen of the world. I travel a lot. We hold retreats in Bali and other places around the world, and travel to different places. And we've created this life by design. So rather than letting others define our life and put us into a box, we've designed our life, and we're very much out of the box, and that allows us to travel and work and play anywhere in the world.
Yeah. Okay. And what could the participants or the people expect in this workshop? For example, let's say I have some challenges, or I have some questions or decisions to make, or I need the courage to move on to something that I've always dreamed about. For example, I know it's only going to be about 3.5 hours, but what could they possibly expect in this workshop?
Ooh, actually, for people who come prepared, like if you come to this workshop with a list of the things that you want to create more of, or the things that you want to release, because a lot of people talk about manifestation, what you're calling in, but not so many people talk about demanifestation, which is the dissolving of what already is that no longer serves. So your life, your physical environment, everything around you is just an expression of your habitual thought patterns and actions in the past. So everything that you see only looks fixed because we keep our attention on it. So if you keep focusing on something that you're letting go of, it's infinite. Whereas if you simply release and instead focus on what you're letting in, then the stuff that you're letting in will push the stuff that you're letting go out. So if you can come to the workshop clear on what you're releasing and what you want to let in, that is already a perfect primer for being able to get a lot more out of this workshop. And what you can expect, I'm not going to give you any expectations. I think it's great to just come open. But I've had people who've really quite fundamentally, in substantial, measurable ways, changed their lives, because you start coming from a different center once you understand how manifestation works and what is your agency, what is your involvement in the creative process. When people say, oh, the universe, well, okay, well, if you are a creative being and the universe is creative, so which part do you create and which part does the universe create? Who does what? All of this confusion arises. And so I want to basically remove and demystify any of the complication that happens around this theme, so that when you come out of here, you go, okay, I get it. I understand how the manifestation process works. And you understand it on an innately human level, because we are these biological machines and we are very repetitious in nature. So you have to understand how your human organism works and to work in conjunction with that as opposed to against it, to really not only maximize your results, but really collapse time and make everything happen so much faster.
Okay, so it's really important, to understand yourself. So an explanation of understanding your biological makeup, your energy, all these things you will...
Yes, there's going to be a basic understanding of all of that stuff taught within the course itself.
A good start.
It's also highly interactive, so this is not just a sit down and listen to me talking. It's going to be super fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I have a ball, and one thing if I can guarantee you something, you will leave so much happier than when you walked in. Okay, and you will leave with so much more energy and a sense of, I don't like to use the word hopefulness, because hopefulness places you energetically on the side of not having. You will be a lot more decisive. You will be a lot more, let's say, intentional with how you direct your energy forevermore. You will understand the consequence of not properly managing your thoughts and emotions and physiology. Awesome. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, very interactive. By the end of the session, you will have a clear map of what you want. You will know what you're calling in. You will have different frameworks to actually be able to begin that process. So the thing about me is, it's nice to talk theory, but pretty much everything I've wanted to manifest, I've manifested. So I used to be a chubby teenager and I wanted to get into shape. Okay, and I've maintained that now into my 30s. I wanted to, like recently, for example, get into acting. And so I've manifested that, and I've just received my first speaking role in a new TV series. And that was only, a few months ago that I really set aside that, or set that intention. I wanted to be a public speaker. I spoke at TEDx. I spoke at festivals all around the world. and I wanted to learn flamenco guitar. I taught myself, got a scholarship to the Royal College of Music.
Wow.
I wanted to do poetry and slam poetry, and I won the International Poetry Slam in Bali. So, I mean, I have a track record for making good on the things that I say I want to manifest. And it's because I have a framework of physical, practical stuff that you say and do to make it happen. I don't just wait passively. The word attraction, when you hear law of attraction, a big part of the word attraction is action. It's right there, it's in the word, but it's hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are quite apathetic and passive in their creative process. And it's like, no, you have to meet the universe halfway. Then the universe will bring in the events, experiences, timing, etc. to make your dreams, your aspirations come true.
Wow, thank you very much. Yeah, it sounds very exciting. It makes me want to now join the workshop on Saturday and change some things around. What I wanted to say as well is that Tariq is only here for a little bit of time. That's why we've done this pretty quick and spontaneous. So if anyone is interested and has any questions or want to book immediately, because we have a couple of spaces left, because it's this Saturday at 12:30 till 3:30, 4 o'clock, till 4 o'clock, 12:30 to 4. You can book through the Facebook in Radiant Yoga Marbella, or you can give us a call, 639-845-185, or you can send an email to us. You can have all that information on the Facebook. Okay?
Yeah, I think just, my closing words are, if you don't come to this event, nothing terrible is going to happen, but it just means that things are way more likely to just continue staying the same. And if you're so happy with the way that everything is right now and you don't want anything to change, then, by all means, go enjoy the sunshine, be somewhere else. But if you have things in your life that you would like to happen differently, your relationships, your health, your physique, your finances, your emotional well-being, if you want to shift these things, then I can condense and save you a lot of time and searching and just kind of give you the answers. And then, of course, it's up to you to put it into practice. But I know that I'm going to deliver far, far more in value than we are asking for in price, because we are just asking, because this has just been put up spontaneously. Yeah, I just wanted to make it affordable and approachable for everybody. Come, you will have a great time, and I promise you, it might even make your year.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.
Oh my